r/rules horror. Posted by u/the13Shadows. Blackwater Carnival, the first night. Some of you already know of Blackwater Carnival. You've seen it, in the corner of your eyes. A twisted landscape of fun and laughter, and happily ever after, with just a light sprinkling of murderous insanity and maddening labyrinths thrown in for flavor. You feel it, watching. You can taste its evil, like iron on your tongue. The dread builds up every single day inside you, swelling to the size of a balloon. And then, pop! The balloon explodes, and you find yourself there. Trapped amongst the two bright lights and two lifelike statues. The sound of children's laughter echoes in the desolate air. You're alone. At least, that's what it looks like. But you're never alone. From this moment on, you'll never be alone again. Don't bother asking for help. The creatures here are more likely to take your hands than lend their own. Here, the strong lead and the weak bleed. You aren't weak, are you? No? Good, because otherwise you'd never get out of here alive. Well, the chances are still pretty low, but that's just life. Nature does love her little surprises. I remember when I first got there. I was 19? 20? Doesn't matter. What does matter is that I didn't have this rule book. What I learned from experience and, after I got out, people stronger, smarter, better, than I was. So, here you go. A guide for Blackwater Carnival. Well, one part of it, at least. Each section of Blackwater Carnival has something different to offer, and we'll be covering it in more detail later. But, for now, let's just hope you never need it anyway. 1. When you wake up, the first thing you need to do is steel yourself. Deep breaths, self-loathing criticism, whatever. 10 seconds in and you should be ready for pain, or you're done for. The guardians of the gate can smell fear a mile away. 2. Walk up to the gate. Tell the guardians your name. Tell them that Blackwater Carnival chose you. That you have come, and that you have no fear. The guardians will do anything they can to disturb you. You have been warned. 3. Sometimes, the guardians like to try their own way at things. Blackwater Carnival has its methods of breaking you apart, but so do they. Accept nothing they give you. That white liquor they want you to try? It'll wipe away your identity. That mask without a face? You'll join them if you're not careful. Accept nothing the guardians offer you. 4. Remember when I said accept nothing? Yeah, well, turns out there are exceptions. None shall walk Blackwater Carnival without a mask. Accept it, as long as it has facial features. Be careful though. Some masks stay on longer than others. Pick something you can live with, and pray it doesn't choose to stick around. 5. Once you've selected a mask, you've officially begun the game. The gates have parted for you, the mist has receded. Blackwater Carnival is now open. Say your prayers. Remind yourself of who you are, because the carnival will do anything it can to make you forget. 6. When you enter the carnival, you'll find yourself bombarded with options. But be careful. Choose the one that you like. Sound easy? Well, it isn't. Not here. Remember who you are. That shy bookworm who apologized for everything and hates heights probably doesn't want to go on the super speed roller coaster, no matter how much the voice in his head disagrees. 7. When you enter the building or attraction of choice, 2 things will happen. Worst case scenario, you picked the one the carnival wanted you to pick, in which case your mind and soul are lost forever, with no identity, no name, nothing. You are a thoughtless, lifeless spirit. Lost forever amidst the lights of Blackwater Carnival. 8. Okay, you made the right choice. You're alive and have all your memories, personalities, etc. Now, take a break. Enjoy your life. Feel the wind blowing through your hair as you scream and laugh in the embrace of a metal death trap. Sigh longingly as you get lost within pages of printed black text sending signals to your brain. Enjoy being trapped by the confines of your own personality. 9. See what I did there? The carnival will do anything it can to make you think that your selection was wrong. It'll pull out every psychological and supernatural stop it can to get what it wants, leaving broken hearts and minds in its wake. Don't listen to the voices. 10. When the bells toll, grab whatever you can and leave. A souvenir. Anything that you can carry. Maybe a torn page off of a book, or ketchup stains from a hot dog stand. Whatever. Just take it. This is your anchor. No matter how stupid it sounds, it is your lifeline here. Don't listen to the voices. 11. You found your anchor. Now what? Now, just sit down. The hard part's over with. All you have to do is sit. There's probably a bench or something. Try to avoid sitting on the ground. The earth devours all eventually, But there's no need to speed up the process. Don't look underneath the bench. 12. The sun will rise soon. Sleep, if you can. You'll need the energy for night too. Once you wake up, go about your day normally. Don't overexert yourself, keep yourself hydrated, and for the love of God, don't try to avoid falling asleep. That'll just annoy them. Trust me, that's not something you want to do. Next story of this video. Posted by you/Ebru. Rules for surviving this universe. If you have stumbled upon this paper, that means you are in a different universe. We, meaning the few survivors, made these rules for any newcomers so that they can survive. It may seem like you're still in your regular world, but trust me, you're not. So please, read up on this page. In this world, there are nearly no humans. Instead, there are creatures, living entities if you will, that are constantly roaming about. There are 3 different types of them, and it's important to know them all. Entity types. Moon eyes, they are practically harmless, they just like to watch. Humans interest them, so don't be too alarmed if you see a disfigured, gray creature's eyes tracking you through a window. Just don't stare back at them too closely, that'll make them want to get closer. Blood crawlers, they're pretty rare, we've only seen them during blood moons. Blood crawlers like to mimic people, so try to stay in each other's vision to make sure no one's an imposter. If it's not a red moon, you're safe when it comes to these things. Also, try to stay in groups of more than 2. Only one of them will be in each group, and wandering off alone with one will just get you killed. There are a few ways to tell them apart from a person. Their pupils widen a lot when a bright light is focused on them, they are not burned by fire and lack any type of coordination. It'll leave once discovered. Demons, a very simple name compared to the rest, I know, but it's the most accurate. They are pure evil, and the most dangerous. They appear as rabid, humanoid creatures but with gray-purple, wrinkled skin. They have 5 sets of razor-sharp teeth stuffed in their mouth and wide, yellow eyes. If you saw one, they saw you also. They can make you hallucinate if you see their face, and you'll have the worst illusions of your life. I mean your family being slaughtered kind of delusion. And the stronger ones, they're the worst, it's pain and time distortion also. They will torture you for years in your mind, but in reality, only a few minutes have passed. You'll fall into a trance, and the only way to get out of it is to find a way to escape it. There have only been a few confrontations with stronger demons, so how it is done isn't very clear. Rules to survive. 1. Stay inside until you have to run. With moon eyes, it's suggested to stay inside until they leave. For blood crawlers, anywhere is safer as long as you stay in a larger group. For demons, it's best to run from them. If you fall into a trance for too long, they will very literally rip and eat your flesh with their teeth. Demons can eat anything but prefer meat, human meat. 2. If you get injured and bleed more than about a few teaspoons, stop the bleeding and try not to have blood around you. Menstrual blood not included. Demons are attracted to large amounts of exposed blood, and it lets them know that there is easy prey nearby. Moon eyes are also attracted to blood, but most of the time they'll just stalk you. 3. Do not trust anyone without doing a blood crawler test during blood moons. As stated previously, blood crawlers' pupils widen unnaturally when a bright light is focused on them, though a human's pupils will constrict when a bright light is shined on them. Blood crawlers also are unaffected by fire, meaning they can't get burned. They lack any type of coordination, so a small game of catch could tell between life and death. 4. If you ever see 2 different types of creatures together as if they're partnering up, do not move, not even your eyes can move, and you can't even breathe. If you pass out or even die from not breathing, so be it. It's better than them seeing you moving. Even moon eyes will become aggressive instead of passive when partnered. If they see you moving, they will kill you in the most absurd, painful ways. 6. Always remember that this is not near being like your universe. Remember your home universe. If you don't think about it for too long, meaning a week or so, you will become susceptible to comas. Yes, comas. They can happen out of the blue in this universe if you get too lost in this one. 7. Before a blood moon, if you start coughing up blood, there is nothing you can do. Soon you'll melt into a blood crawler, a creature that mimics humans. It won't be a too painful death, but definitely will be miserable. Killing yourself before it happens won't help, it'll only speed up but worsen the process. But the one thing you can do is to hand yourself into other survivors, they'll deal with you after your transformation. 8. If you look into a reflection and see a lot of tall figures behind you, act like you don't see them. They're not meant to be seen, and if they find out you saw them, it's instant death. You will always see them in reflections, so you'll have to pretend for the rest of your life. Don't mention it to anyone, And don't look concerned/scared looking in a reflection. It's best but difficult to try to not acknowledge it at all. 9. If you see a black or dark green goo-like substance in any water, get at least a mile or two away from where you saw it. If it's bubbling on one side of the water, run in the direction opposite of that. Where it's bubbling is the direction the horde of monsters is coming from. The harder it boils, the closer they are. The good news is that any demons in the horde are very weak. Stronger demons prefer to go off alone. 10. And finally, never, with no exceptions, try to get out of this universe. Being here is where you're supposed to be, and messing that up will land you in a place worse than this.